back to this game with the play of the day coming up. There are 8 official championship games this weekend in college football. 9 unofficial ones if you count Oklahoma State Bedlam for the Big 12 championship. We're going to preview all 9 here on SportsBit, the type of in-depth coverage you expect. Yes, starting right here. Friday night, ESPN 2, 4 o'clock Pacific, MAC title game. Ohio against Western Michigan. Western Michigan is 18.5. PJ Fleck, 1-11 his first season, 8-5, 8-5, and now 12-0. If they beat Ohio, likely they get the New Year's Six bowl game. They're headed to the Cotton Bowl, Teddy.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Listen to what Fleck said after his team routed Toledo in their regular season finale, beating the Rockets by 20, a pretty good Rockets team by 20 points. Quote, to go from 1-11 to 12-0, I don't even know how many teams have ever done that in a 3-year span. I have no idea. I'd like to know what those players accomplished tonight is historical. So now all the pressure is on Western Michigan. You know, they win, and as you mentioned, they get to go to the Cotton Bowl most likely. But if they lose, not so much. Now, this isn't just a small school having a fluky season, Paul. This team has legitimate playmakers. A quarterback, Zach Terrell, more than 3,000 passing yards, 71.7% completions. What about the TD to interception ratio? How about 30-1? That's pretty good. You know, the running back, Javarian Franklin, 1,266 rushing yards, 12 touchdowns. The running back, Jamari Bogan, 787 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns. Oh, that's 20 TDs on the ground and 2,000 yards with their top 2 backs. And, of course, this is a chance for the nation to see the wide receiver, Corey Davis, the all-time NCAA leader, 5,068 receiving yards and 50 career receiving touchdowns. Before you say, some MAC receiver, they can't do anything. You know, hey, I remember a guy named Antonio Brown coming out of Central Michigan, not Western Michigan, who's turned out to be a pretty good NFL receiver. Watch for Corey Davis, perhaps, to be a factor on Sundays.
Well, 2 things here, and this is part of the handicap. Number 1, it's a big step down for him after the epic game against Toledo. You're taking on Ohio. My God, look at the point spread. Number 2, there were several reports out there that Fleck was taking the Purdue job. So now he's got to put the genie back in the bottle and say, no, I'm going to wait till the season's over. I'm not talking to anybody. Number 1, that's a mistake if he takes the Purdue job. He can do a lot better than that. Number 2, I hope he's telling the truth, because I don't want him being distracted with this game coming up.
You know, and at some schools, you see the distraction with a school's had a great season, and then the coach is gone, is flirting with other jobs. You see it as a huge distraction. We saw it for Houston, in fact. Yeah, this past Saturday. That's not always the case. And especially in a situation like Western Michigan, nobody expects PJ Fleck to be there long term. They knew the season they were having, this guy's not going to be back. He's going to get a big-time job. And their opponent, Ohio U, even if Western, and Western's a team with that level of playmakers they have, we've seen them perform very well in some questionable spots this season. For Ohio U, I question if they're even good enough. I mean, they're certainly a veteran team. This is the 7th time in 8 years they're going to be going to a bowl game. They did upset Toledo last year, this year, by 5, plus 15.5 in that game on the road in their toughest MAC test this season. But the quarterback, Quentin Maxwell, he didn't become the starter until game 7. He's one of these upside guys, but gosh, 55.9% completion, 6 touchdown passes. They can't trade points with Western Michigan. If the Broncos get going here, this game's going to be a rout.
Yes, agree with you on that one. Remember, this game is Friday night, so when you watch this, live odds, sportsbookreview.com. Up next, the deep dive. Recap the crazy weekend in college football, and we'll get to the play of the day. We are 33-18 on the football season. Another winning week. Let's keep it going on SportsBit. Betting Insight today on SBRpicks.com. Hey guys, for the full video, go to SBRpicks.com.